2 college football predictions. Once we follow up with that, we will wrap it up with comments about the Major League Baseball rule changes and the Atlanta Braves.
Well, you see, what had happened
was I got Captain Encino atomic firebound me.
Right. What's the little man doing over there?
I have no idea.
I feel like he had
Whatever
a trumpet.
he wants.
He's army crawling.
Doing a bear crawl.
Yeah.
How about them Colorado Buffaloes, man?
Yeah.
They just running on hype.
I don't know. You got to give Deion Sanders some credit to take a one-win team or a winless team and turn them into that. That's pretty impressive. I don't care how you slice it, really.
Yeah, go out there, big game. Everybody's picking you to lose, picking you to have a bad season.
You don't think it's going to last, though?
I don't think. Okay, looking at it after week 1, if we want to change some, predictions and things, I think they have an opportunity because the Pac-12 is so bad to go 500. I don't think they do.
You don't think they do better than that?
No. There's just some games on their schedule. I don't care how good
they think they are.
Well, I don't care how good that all-world kid Travis Hunter is. He takes all 22 players on the field or 11 players on the field. You know what I'm saying? And some of them they're not going to be up at the same talent level. Doesn't mean they're not going to play hard. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get their butts kicked. I just don't think they're going to.
Reality's going to catch up.
Yeah. I mean, Oregon might smoke them. I don't know.
Dude, I was this close to picking Rutgers. And I just said, nah, I'll just go with the odds. Fuck it. Rutgers ain't going to beat them.
You know why everybody else picked Rutgers?
Why?
Because Northwestern's coach got fired over the summer and they had a mass exodus.
Oh, son of a bitch. I didn't know that.
Sorry, man. Can't give you any tips.
No, and you shouldn't. But I should have done my research. I didn't do my research. God damn it.
We all picked South Carolina. We were all wrong. That's hilarious.
They really let me down. They had a bunch of returning starters, too.
That offense to be that bad. Because North Carolina was favored by an incy-beansy little bit. But I can't say no to the Gamecocks. I have to sit in a bar somewhere and go Cox.
Yeah, you have to do that for sure. Hot Commanders.
It's just so wrong, man.
It's still funny.
So wrong. So what were the other ones? So Colorado TCU, that was an upset. West Virginia, nobody. I think only. Your buddy Tyler picked.
Yeah. Jason got the. Yeah, what was that? UTSA Houston. I think that's what that was. Jason's the only one who got that one wrong.
The only one who got that one wrong.
We all got the Colorado game wrong.
All right.
So what other upsets other than that? So me and Jason were talking about earlier, Tater, about the that Georgia game was just flat as shit. They were not very impressive.
No, I think they didn't want to be there.
They were at home.
I just don't think they wanted to be there.
It was pretty bad. I was watching that game over at a buddy's house, and we were both just like, "Is this boring, or why aren't they? They should be routing the shit out of these fucking people."
We went over to somebody's house to watch it, and we watched all of 5 minutes of that game.
And you were done.
I think they scored a touchdown, and we were like, "All right, game's over."
Yeah. And it was funny. It was like, it wasn't until it was like 17-0. And then that's when the announcers started saying, well, now that they got some separation, what do you mean some separation? 2 touchdowns wasn't enough of separation for them to start doing some offensive hijinks?
Some stuff.
Yeah. And to me, that was a game where they should have been trying everything.
Calling plays.
Yeah. It's just, I didn't see anything that was, and it looked to me like Kirby Smart didn't either. He looked pissed on the sideline, like, what the, I mean, he probably normally does, but he was like, what in the fuck is going on here?
Well,
I saw him grab one dude by the helmet at one point and say, use your hands.
Funny. There were a bunch of upsets, though, not just on our sheet.
Let's roll through some stuff here. Let's roll through some.
But just going through what we had, we all got the Purdue game wrong. The Fresno State, that was an upset. Obviously, the Colorado game. I don't know if you'd call this an upset, even though apparently 95% of people picked Army. ULM won that game.
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
Yeah, there was not a whole lot there that and it's weird for me because I don't really follow football as closely as you guys do. So I see these teams and I've never even heard of them, like the Houston Cougars. I'm like, okay, sure.
It's an all women's team down there.
The UL Monroe Warhawks. The what?
Some 45 to 50-year-olds
But did I read or hear properly that they're trying to pull the Army into another league or something, or another what do you call it?
I think Army's independent, so they're probably trying to get them in a conference.
Yeah, they're trying to get them in either ACC. There's somewhere, I don't know. I say ACC, but I don't know. But I did see somewhere where they were like trying to pull them into a conference.
Yeah.
I don't know how they can do that, but
yeah. So JT Daniels, the transfer at Rice.
You went to Rice?
Formerly of USC, formerly of Georgia, formerly of West Virginia, JT Daniels.
He's been in college 10 years. Or am I mistaken here?
Going on 10 years. Had a terrible game.
Yeah, I thought I was crazy when I said he ain't the guy. Someone said it.
Listen, after your second school, it's probably time to hang it up.
He's on number 5?
4.
4?
Yeah. Baylor lost to Texas State, which I don't think Texas State has beat a Power 5 or a D1 program in I don't know how long. And Texas Tech lost to Wyoming. Those were 2 notable ones that I saw.
So what's your take on Florida State at this point? Are they legit?
I don't think it matters now.
Favorite?
I don't think it matters if they're legit or not. They're going to, as long as they don't screw it up, they're going to walk into the ACC championship. They can sleepwalk into it. Unless there's some other teams in the ACC that get better.
And quickly.
Yeah.
And what happened to Clemson? Did you see the highlights?
They got upset pretty bad.
They looked horrible.
They lost by fucking 3 touchdowns.
Credit Duke. Played a hell of a game. Clemson called a terrible game.
Well, you guys just talked about it, but I missed it. What happened to LSU?
To be honest with you, they had every opportunity in the first half to put that game out of reach.
And couldn't do it. Did they go ahead early?
Yeah, it was like 7-7, and then
I blame some of the coaching in the first half.
Yeah, no, absolutely, 100%. It's on the coaches.
I mean, you go for
some of it's the players
3 times inside the 10-yard line, 15-yard line on 4th down, and you don't come out of there with nothing, 0 points. You can't demoralize the team.
Well, not just that, you're getting stuffed at the 1 yard line. I mean, credit to FSU, but look, if I get stuffed twice, I'm probably doing something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not working.
Yeah, they went right up the middle 4 times. Didn't make it. I don't know. Like I said, I think LSU had a chance to put at least some distance between them and Florida State, and maybe that demoralizes the team, and they don't have a chance to come back. I think the score could have easily been, somewhere in the 21-7 range. Going into the second quarter. That didn't happen. FSU capitalized, and they took advantage. They adjusted at half. They made good adjustments. That Keon Coleman kid, he's a real deal. He's a wide receiver. And once LSU threw that interception, it was still a close game going into the fourth quarter.
Was it really?
Yeah. FSU broke it wide open after an interception. And then it was just after that, it was disaster.
Yeah, they put 21 on them in the fourth.
Oh, that all happened in the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
Damn.
Let FSU fans tell it they whooped them all game. That's not the case.
Well, of course. Let's see, what else are we looking at? So what about did anybody catch any of the Ole Miss game, Mississippi Mercer?
Nope.
Yeah. I watched
73-7 romp. Yeah, but I mean, Mercer's never been, it's Mercer.
It's a vocational school.
Yeah, it's not a easy now. Breon's son went to Mercer.
JK.
But I mean, they're not a football school. I don't think they're known for
they did
ever being a.
They usually have a halfway decent baseball team. I don't know about their softball team, and basketball team made the tournament a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's Atlanta. They're in Atlanta, so.
Yeah, football team's just another story.
All right, so what was another route? Oregon, Portland. Oregon 81-7 over Portland State. I mean, I guess week 1 is just a gimme.
Is that a community college?
Right. Yeah. I never. Portland State. It might have been a penitentiary. I don't know. It could have been.
That'd have been a closer score if that was the case.
Yeah, you're right. There would have been some other shenanigans going on. Of course, Notre Dame
getting shanked on the fucking field.
56-3. Did you see the last Boy Scout?
Yes.
Damon Wayans and Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
And he pulls out the 38 out of his waistband in the field and freaking shoots so he can score a touchdown and blows his own head off. Anyway.
Washington's a good team.
Yeah.
I'd watch out for them in the Pac-12. The Pac-12 actually surprisingly seems a little top-heavy this year because you got Washington is good. Not really sure how good USC is just yet. I think Utah's probably the best team in the conference. And Oregon's up there too. So you have 4 really good teams that are all leaving after this year.
Yeah.
So LSU faltered and Alabama did their job. You still think LSU's going to pull it together and leave Alabama third fiddle?
LSU lost last year, still won the West.
All right.
LSU only truly has to beat. I mean, they have to beat all their opponents in
conference games in Alabama.
Yeah, the 2 games that truly matter are Auburn and Alabama. That's going to be their toughest.
I'd say Auburn
competition. Ole Miss might, they might surprise some people, but to answer your question, Jason, after watching that, probably not. We'll see. College football is crazy like that.
But if we look at what we got coming next week or this week, we got some decent polls this week. Got Colorado's playing Nebraska, and Colorado's favored by a lot. Is Nebraska no good anymore, I guess?
They've been wishy-washy for a number of years.
The worst thing they ever did was firing Bo Pelini. Well, yeah, in the last decade. But anyways, yeah. To answer your question, Smitty, they've been shit for the better part of a decade.
Fair enough. I remember back in the day they were good.
They were, yeah. They kicked our ass in 95 in the national championship game. Up and down the field running the triple option.
The triple option.
Who was the quarterback of that Nebraska team, Jason?
I don't know.
Scott Frost.
Bobby
man.
Boucher.
It was Frost? Oh, how about
Yeah,
that?
Scott Frost, yeah.
Names and dates are struggles for me. So they ever give me an Alzheimer's test, if it's names and dates, I'm done.
Well, if they're giving you an Alzheimer's test, I'm worried.
I'm just saying.
Oh, the other thing on the FSU game, that's the first time Mike Norvell has beat a ranked team since he's been there. This is his 4th season.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's not a record he was hoping to.
Even though they went 10-3 last year, I think he didn't face a single ranked team. That tells you how bad the ACC is.
And then we got Iowa Hawkeyes versus the Iowa State Cyclones. I'm just going with the odds on these. I don't have a clue.
Trump will be at that game.
What?
Yeah, he'll be at that.
Oh,
game.
the Iowa. I don't know. He's in court right now, isn't he?
No, he doesn't go to court until the day before the primaries.
He went to the arraignment today. Oh, he probably didn't have to go.
Yeah. Note on Iowa, Michigan's former quarterback Cade McNamara is there, and Iowa has changed their offense from 3 yards in a cloud of dust to modern college football offense.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah. Ole Miss and Tulane. I think I'd take the Rebels on that one if I was you.
I'm taking the odds on all these because I don't have a damn clue. I really have a nostalgic. I hated Miami when I lived there, but now that I don't live there, I hate to hear other people not like them. But gotta go with Texas A&M.
I'm not really sure about that one.
Really?
I know what the odds say, but I kind of feel like that game could go either way.
What about Miami or
what
Texas?
Miami do. What did Miami do last week?
They beat Miami of Ohio. 38-6. Texas A&M's got a very talented team. I just don't trust Jimbo. So until they show me.
Gotcha. And then, of course, what do we got here?
Game of the week, I guess. Alabama, Texas.
You think that'll be the game of the week?
Nah.
You don't think so?
It'd probably be a decent game, but I think Alabama's going to just wear them down.
Well, I'm just looking I want to see something that's not a rout, but I'd like to see Alabama gets tested pretty quick here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Alabama, I mean, even though they recruit really well, I don't know if it's coordinator change and all that stuff, but their defense just hasn't been the same for a while. It hasn't been what you would think of as an Alabama defense.
No longer a wall.
Yeah, something to that effect. The way the odds are on a lot of these games and some of the matchups, I think this would be another week for some crazy games that you're just not seeing it.
Yeah, I can see that. In other news, how are we doing in let's see. Shit, Cardinals are already beating us 4-0 in the first.
It's okay.
Who the hell's pitching?
Who's pitching?
Spencer Strider.
What?
Yeah. That ain't good. They fucking lighting his ass up right off the rip. Why is it always shit teams that give us a problem? That's a team that's less than 500 that's...
It's the Atlanta curse.
And you got like one of the best teams in the history of baseball. They're going to lose in the division round.
Right? We lost to Oakland. Has anybody else lost to Oakland this year at all?
No. That's terrible.
And we're losing to a left fielder named Lars Nootbaar. Come on, man. The hell?
Nootbaar?
Yeah, Nootbaar, Nootbaar. Sorry, Lord, I apologize for making fun of that man's name.
I know. The Athletics have won 43 games. Okay. Leave them out of this.
How many have they lost?
We don't want to talk about it.
90?
It's
3?
pretty much the opposite of the Braves record.
Yeah, I was just thinking to say that it's like 94. They've lost 94 games.
Holy shit. You got to be really bad.
And they're leaving for, I guess, I don't think that stadium is going to be built in Las Vegas for them for another year. I don't think they start until 2025. I don't think they go to Vegas till 2025. They might get run out of Oakland though before that.
Oh, it didn't Acuna become like the first baseball player to hit 30 home runs and steal 60 bases in a season?
Was that a first ever or
maybe, I don't know, first to do it in a while.
Yeah, that's a big run differential. That's a lot. But they also, don't they have like, how many records did they break this year? I mean, it was most home runs in the first inning or most runs in the first inning, most hits, they did a lot. They were the first team to 90. They were the first team to, I think they were the first team to 60 wins too. They did a lot this season. The team's
first 100 home runs before the break or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the first player in baseball history to do that.
Well, they're saying a lot of that has to do with the new rules too. There's a lot more stealing going on now because of the new rules. I was watching a thing on it today because there was a couple of runners that were tricking pitchers into throwing, and then they knew they couldn't throw again. So they knew they could just go. They finally had to rewrite the rule. But now, did you see also that the MLB is being petitioned to either loosen up or get rid of some of the rules for the playoffs? Like either put some more seconds on the pitch clock, or what was the other thing? Oh, give the batters more time, because the batters only get one timeout. So that was when the Scherzer rule came into effect, because Scherzer was the one that started quick pitching them. He would make them take a timeout because he would just hold the ball till the batter was like, all right, screw it, I'm taking a time. And then he knew the second he got in that box, he couldn't take another timeout. So he would quick pitch him. And then they had to make a rule about that. It said you're not allowed to pitcher's not allowed to pitch until the batter is in the box and he makes eye contact after he's set with the pitcher. And the pitcher's not allowed to come set until the batter's ready in the box. There's so many stupid ass rules now.
Yeah.
But they're trying to get them to loosen them up for the playoffs, apparently.
Yeah, maybe they will. Maybe they won't.
Because it's going to be some game deciding bullshit. If somebody gets an extra strike or a fucking ball because of the stupid ass clock, that's not baseball. You know what I mean?
Could you imagine a game 7?
Yeah. And it fucking last out's a time violation.
Yeah. How fucking pissed.
Everybody, except for the winning team, but still.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's Murphy's Law, man.
Yeah. But it's not, to me, that's not baseball.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
No, to be honest with you, that's more football.
All right. But they said there's another phenomenon happening because the rule about the not being able to shift anymore, they took away the shift. So they don't say anything about the outfield. So essentially what they're doing is they're shifting the outfield now. Like they'll say, just for example, they're pulling the left fielder all the way over and playing short field in between center and right.
Yeah.
But it leaves a big ass hole in the left outfield, but that's essentially what they're doing now.
I'm assuming the third baseman is not allowed to go play left field.
No, he's got to stay in the dirt. So that was part of the rule about the shift. The infielders can't leave the dirt. They're not even allowed to play back on the grass at all. And they can't shift. You have to have two players, shortstop and the third baseman have to be to one side of second base, and the second baseman and first baseman have to be on the other side. They can't cross.
That's so dumb. So dumb.
And they can't, like they said, they can't back up. So like your second baseman can't play deep.
Well, I tell you, the worst thing they're doing to the game is they're taking the strategy out of it.
Yep.
It's a chess match. The whole thing is a chess match.
Because when you do play the shift, or you're really relying on the shift, you're really counting on your pitcher to either not pitch that guy inside, or you know what I mean, or he's got to keep the ball where you want it, so that guy can't get around on it, or he can't. You know what I mean? But there was still strategy, like you said. Yeah, it's all strategy. You gotta.
Yeah,
you're playing the odds.
Why. That's why you'll see relievers come in and only pitch one batter. It's like, okay, I don't like that matchup anymore. I'm bringing a different pitcher in.
Yeah,
that sort of thing. During the regular season, not so much. I mean, maybe a little, but for the most part, it's in the playoffs. That's when you really see like the strategy and like how the managers think and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to some of these man. Like, Snicker's up at 600 wins now, or something like that. Did he get to 600? I think he got to 600 wins this season.
He may have. He's been there a minute.
Bobby Cox was at what, like 2,000 or some shit? 23. I don't know. He had a lot, but
yeah, I'll be the first one to tell you I had no faith when they brought him up from AAA.
Snicker.
Yeah.
I'd never even heard of him when they brought him up.
I thought it was a stopgap 1 year.
Well, they got somebody in.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta hand it to the guy. He broke 600 at some point this year. He's got 632 wins. But he's been there since 2016, and they went from.
Damn, has it been that long?
Yeah, I know. Time flies, doesn't it?
Damn.
He took him from last place in the East to, and Alex Anthopoulos has a lot to do with this too. But
and he is
the general manager.
General manager.
Yeah, he's the one making all the fucking genius trades.
Well, he did a really good job this year.
I tell you, it's nice to have at least one general manager in the city that knows what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
Because those guys over at the Falcons don't have a clue. They don't know what they're doing.
Please, if anybody has any questions or comments, hit us up at primecohesion@gmail.com or head to our Facebook page at Prime Cohesion on Facebook and leave some comments. We'd appreciate it.